Hi, Jessica here, representing All Things Dog Blog, continuing our series on yoga for dogs. With the second pose of our warm-up, we're going to transition from this easy seated pose to a wide-legged seated forward fold. Okay, now that's quite a mouthful, but essentially all we're going to be doing is stretching out the legs into a V. Okay, now, as you can see, I'm elevating, well, maybe you can't see because of Mickey, but I'm elevating the level of the floor by sitting on a blanket, okay? And I highly recommend this because no matter how flexible you're feeling today, it really is nice to have that support under the hips, okay? It just helps keep that spine more in alignment, okay? And then, checking in with our alignment, we always want to make sure the shoulders are down, away from the ears. Come here, Nikki. Come on. Come stay right here by me, okay? Yeah, that's a good girl. And the crown of the head lifts up to the sky, and the bottom of the glute sinks down into the earth. Okay? And if we wanted to stay upright like this, what we could do is to incorporate our dog, we could just, let the dog lay down. Maybe she wants to lay. Do you want to lay down on your belly? I'll scratch your belly. Does that feel good today? Let's see. Let's try it. Let's see if we can. Oh, yes, that feels good, huh? Yes. So we could just stay here in this upright position and take, let's see, I usually recommend 3 to 5 deep breaths in our warm-ups. Okay. Certainly, if it feels really good, you can stay for longer. Okay. And of course, if the dog is enjoying it, that's always an incentive to stay in the pose a little longer, isn't it? Yes. See, Mickey B likes the belly rub, huh? And then what else we could do to modify this pose, especially if we're having any issues with the knees, we could place a block or a blanket or a towel or a pillow under the knees to support that little bend in that sensitive joint. Okay, because even if we don't need the support and we are stretching the legs, we're still going to want a little micro bend in the knees. Okay. And just following what the dog wants to do. If the dog's feeling a little spunky, maybe you want to help her stretch out the legs by lifting the legs up. Maybe she doesn't like it today, and that's okay. Maybe you want to stretch out the arms by reaching the arms up, maybe rubbing the belly here. Oh, and kisses. Yeah, the kisses. Okay? Again, experimenting with what feels best for you and your dog today. And certainly taking into account the fact that it's going to change on a day-to-day basis. Treats are encouraged to help keep the dog, following directions. So I give Mickey B treats after every pose that we practice. Okay, well, one treat for one pose. And what else we could do in this pose, if it's feeling good, we could hinge forward. Okay, so maybe we're feeling a little more flexible today. And we want to try folding forward to accentuate the stretch in the inner thighs and the hamstrings. So what we could do is we could inhale, bring the arms up over the head, really lengthening the spine. And then as we exhale, we'll just slowly hinge at the hips, keeping the chest open. Resting the hands down. And then, Nikki B, you could lay right in between my arms if you want to. Do you want to lay down right here? I could give you another massage. What do you think? Oh, I just want to give kisses, huh? Okay, that's okay. Again, I feel like the most beneficial aspect of practicing yoga with dogs is simply strengthening that bond between you and your dog. Okay? Whoa! Oh, you got me! You got me! Yes, you did! And I should say that Another thing we can do to modify this pose, a little extra support, is to place something under the forehead. Whoa! Another smooch. Okay, so keeping the chest open, the shoulders down, the core muscles engaged. And then we could experiment with the different levels of the block as well. Yeah, so want to lay down right here? This is a good spot for you, huh? Yeah, this is a good one, huh? Okay, so now obviously these different levels of the block will take us gradually closer to the floor. So only moving forward deeper into the pose as you feel comfortable. Okay, the goal, of course, is not to reach the floor. The goal is to enjoy the ride down. Okay, so watch your self-talk. Be gentle with yourself and with your dog as you practice these poses. And just thank yourself for taking the time to even try. Okay, there's always going to be more things that you can do in these poses. So just simply trying it, taking that time for you and for your dog is definitely to be appreciated and encouraged. Okay, and another thing we can do in this pose, maybe to add a little more movement, help warm up the spine a little more, is to incorporate a twist. So, if we want to incorporate the twist, we could inhale with the body stationary, and then exhale, and just gently tilt and twist to the side. I'm twisting to the right first, so if you want to mirror me, you'd be twisting to the left. Okay, and I'm placing one hand behind the booty on the floor, as close as possible to directly below the shoulder. And then the other hand is going to be in front of the body, again, trying to keep the joints stacked. And then, of course, the core is engaged, crown of the head lifts up, bottom of the glute sinks to the earth. And we could hold the twist, and if it feels good, we could try turning the head to the back wall. Turning the head will incorporate the entire spine in the twist, so it's more intense. So perhaps for this warm-up, it's probably best to just keep looking straight to the side wall. We could also flow with this twist. So maybe with one inhale, we center, and then with the next exhale, we twist to the other side. Okay, and then we can keep twisting. So inhaling, center, exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, center, exhaling, twisting. And then whenever you are ready to hold the twist, try and hold it for the same amount of breaths on each side. So if you hold the twist for 3 breaths on the right, try to make sure you're twisting for at least 3 breaths on the left. So we're evenly stretching and strengthening in this pose. And of course, always checking in with your dog, making sure that he or she is comfortable on the mat. Always incorporating that massage. And you could follow the chakras as you massage. So maybe you start with the crown of the head and massage the chakra, or maybe in between the eyes and massage that third eye. You can move down into the throat, the chest, all the way down into the belly. Okay, again, just picking and choosing what feels best for you and your dog today. So that's all the tips that I have for you guys here at All Things Dog Blog in our Yoga for Dogs routine. Thanks for practicing with us, and tune in for the next pose of our warm-up. Namaste.